they want to also see your approach because they want to see if you're embarrassing or not.
Yeah.
Like, truly.
Earn my respect.
No, actually, like, come correct. You know what I mean? Because, like, I feel like in general, as a Capricorn rising, like, when I'm meeting people for the first time, like, your first impression, it means everything to me. Like, the way you expressed yourself, there have been so many people that I've just been like, I don't think I'm ever going to like you from the first thing that came out of your mouth when we met each other. Because I'm like, that was weird, and, like, why did you think that was okay?
Yeah.
Like, it really does bug me.
Yeah.
And like, it's very hard, I feel like, for Capricorn for them to change that first impression that they got from you.
Yeah. Totally.
But also Capricorn's energy, like, can be very intimidating. So I feel like people don't know how to act right around them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, it can be hard. Are you with us? Are you here?
How's it
Welcome.
going?
Let's hang out. What's up, you guys?
Hi.
Oh, happy fucking Monday.
Yes.
We hope you guys are starting off the week amazingly, okay? And, you know, with your girls here, we can only hope that that's exactly what you do.
Yeah.
Because we're here to feed you our good energy.
Yes.
Yeah. So
do you
let's
feel it?
roll into this eclipse week, like, feeling great.
Yes.
And if it so happens to dwindle down as it, you know, gets further into the week towards the eclipse on Friday,
right?
that's fine, because we started off strong.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like when you're going on a walk, you're going to fill up your water bottle. You know,
Yeah.
let's fill it up so at least we're good.
Right.
If by the end of it, you're running low, at least you did yourself a favor.
Yeah.
By filling it up at the beginning.
Totally. And
know?
it's likely that a lot of us will be feeling drained and tired and fed up towards the end of the week, you know?
Fed up.
So yeah, get your kicks in the beginning of the week, you know, take a little time for
somebody.
yourself.
I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say a little self-care, maybe a little dinner out with your friend, you know. But yeah, you could get your kicks in that way too, you know.
Yeah.
I would just say, like, on one of those big round things that you use for boxing, not like a real person.
Unless they're down.
One of those things called
You
punching
guys want to
bags.
go against each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, as long as both are consenting.
You know, like, back in the day, like, there's, like, duels. Like, you could,
Yes.
like, challenge someone to a duel.
Yes.
We should bring that back.
Yes.
Like, we should bring that back because
here for
I
that.
feel like as a society, people have turned into pussies.
Yeah.
And they keep talking shit and not backing it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is where all of this passive aggressive shit comes from, and how there's all these internet trolls. Like, you're not really about it. And I
Yeah.
want more people to be about it.
Yeah.
You know?
More
So
people
I
need to be
wish-
put in their place.
Exactly. Like, not to the extent of, like, you know, doomsday where everyone's, like, killing each other. But, like, I want there to be, like, a healthy, my Martian ass. I want there to be a healthy way where you could, like, challenge someone. And be like, you know what? It's me and you. Let's finally see who will win, you know? Something about that it just feels so right.
Yeah, what kind of duel? Like, would you want it to be like a fighting duel or like a sword duel, like back in the day?
I feel like...
or like a verbal.
Yeah. Okay,
you know?
my thing is like,
Can
to
you
make it
choose?
fair, I
Yeah.
feel like there should be, like, an endless amount of categories, and then you get 3. And you guys have to pick, like, one of the 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's fair. So it's not always just, like, based on, like, you know, physical strength
Yeah.
versus,
Totally.
like, mental or whatever it may be. But I do think that points need to be made.
Yeah.
And people need to shut each other up.
No,
Because we're gonna be talking.
For real. And, you know, some people who are actually doing the shit need to be speaking up a little bit louder and putting people in their place who haven't done shit ever.
Reminds me of that quote. I can't remember the exact quote, but it's something along the lines of, I do not care what you have to say if you have never put yourself out there to be seen.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
kinda like that.
And
That's
it's
true.
that's not the exact quote, but, like, it basically means if you are someone who is putting yourself out there, you know, putting your craft out there, whatever writing a book, whatever, being online, whatever it may be, you should not care about the opinions of people that have never been courageous enough to put themselves out there.
Yeah.
Because those people have a lot of time on their hands and really just feel the need to talk shit on you and judge what you have created, but they're never the type to actually put something of theirs for the world to see.
100%.
So why the fuck would you care about what they have to say?
Yeah.
They're not putting in any time or any effort into anything.
Yeah, 100%. And like they don't dream as big as you. So like of course they won't ever be able to see the vision that you have. You know, like they're thinking on a much smaller scale. So you can't expect them to be like, oh, that's so good for you. Like they think very smallly. So like, of course that seems absolutely astronomical to them, but that doesn't mean that that should stop you. Yeah. You know?
I mean, it's like that hater energy. Like, you know, no one's going to hate on you that's doing better than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like is on the same level as you.
Yeah.
It's usually someone that is under you and
trying
has something to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So why should you even care about their opinion?
Yeah.
You know?
No, you really shouldn't.
They have that much time about your business and not enough time to do something about theirs.
Weird.
You know,
seems like you should pick a new hobby besides me.
Yeah.
You know?
No, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like we have to tell them the story time of when
oh my gosh, when we went to the Giants game. Oh my god. You guys, okay, so last weekend, we went out to a Giants game in the city, and they won. And afterwards, it was such a beautiful day. We were like, let's keep the party going, right? So we went on to this really cute bar, rooftop bar, beautiful day. And me and Sarah go up. We're like, okay, we're ready to get our drink.
And I'm like, because usually when I go to a bar and I want to get shots of tequila, I usually want like Casamigos. Like that's usually what I get. And don't worry, all my Mexican friends have made fun of me and told me like what I should be ordering, but you know, I just fuck with my Casamigos. Leave me alone.
That's what she like.
I know there's like more authentic brands out there.
Yeah.
And when I'm with my Mexican friends, they're like the ones that are ordering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I stick with what I know when I'm by myself. But I wasn't seeing Casamigos up there. And I was like, yo, like you guys don't got Casamigos? And he's like, no. But like before I could even ask about, you know, what else they have that is kind of, you know, the same, within the same tier also. You know, not lower, not higher.
Right.
This little dude, this guy that was literally right next to my face, he looks over at me and he's like, oh, like you should get the Casa Azul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I look at him, I'm like, I am not going out to a bar, to a club, and I'm ordering shots of Casa Azul. Like, why the fuck would I do
Where
that?
it's like $50 a
like,
shot.
I don't want that. Like, I don't need that. You know, I don't have anything to prove by doing that. And he's here trying to convince me.
Right, he's like, no, it's so much better. Like, you gotta get it. Like, your Casamigos sucks. Like, you gotta get this shit. It's so much better. And we're like, we don't know what it, we've never tried it before. Like, okay, sir.
He's trying to, like,
he's really trying it.
Push his agenda on me. And yes, he was a white man. I just have to make that clear. Anyway, so then he starts saying, like, you know what? It's so good that I'm going to get us all shots of it. And I'm looking at him like, I don't need you to prove anything to me.
Sir.
Like, I really don't. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not trying to do that.
Right.
But he was pushing it.
Right. We were like, no, like, you really don't have to do that. Like, no, please no.
No, please no.
We're like, no.
Yeah. We were like damn near tarofing.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know what that is, tarofing is a Persian, it's a lingo, but it's culturally in Persian. It's something that we do. And in the Persian culture, you have to do this, otherwise you don't have manners. When you're tarofing, it means that when someone offers you something, you don't say yes on the first try. Like if someone's like, here's half of my sandwich, or here, would you like some tea? Or here, let me pay for this. On the first try, you don't say yes. You have to keep going. It's like a dance back and forth. Where you're like, no, it's okay, don't worry. And they're like, please, I insist. And you're like, no, don't worry. And then we're like the third and fourth try, you're like, okay, fine. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
We were kind of doing that, except I didn't really want to say yes. I really was just being polite. Like, no, you don't have to do this. We don't need this from you.
Literally. And then he's like, all right, so he orders the 4 shots, and he's like, hold on, let me check my bank account.
Because he first asked how much are they? And the guy was like, oh, they're like 60 something a shot.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, let me check my bank account. Me and Maya look at each other, we're like, Please.
We said no.
Like, and also, do you know how guilty I will be if you have an overdraft fee because you got one too many shots?
Right.
For us, like, I don't need this from you. It just killed my vibe because I'm just like, no, sir.
Literally.
Like, please, don't ever do that again.
No.
I'd rather you be like, oh shit, my homie's here. I gotta go.
Right.
Than you literally opening up your app, trying to check your bank account.
Right. Or you could have immediately just been like, nah, I'm just playing.
Like anything.
Anything. Don't actually say that you need to check your bank account. That made me feel sad.
It made me feel sad.
I was like, no.
No, like,
why?
I'm just like, you did this to us. You did this.
Right.
You made this uncomfortable.
I know.
And like, now
Nobody
I feel sorry
asked.
for you. No, you didn't even need to do that.
Right. You interjected into the whole situation.
I would just like to say, I think it's hilarious because I literally said, no, it's too expensive.
Literally.
And here he goes. He's like, you know what? Oh, yeah, we'll just get a round of another drinks of whatever you guys want to drink. Like, of our mixed drinks. And in my head, I'm like, see, this is exactly where our fight started. I told you it's not worth it to get a shot of, like, a top shot. Like, I'm not getting it for me. And if someone's going to get it for me, they better not be checking their bank account.
Right.
They better be keeping them coming. And, you know, I can just tell from their energy that, like, this is nothing to them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm not going to, like, fucking take your last dollars. Like,
No,
who do you think I fucking am?
For a second, I was like, oh, does this man, like, have it like that?
Yeah.
Like, he's really about to buy 4, like, $65 shots, you know?
And he didn't.
And he didn't. He was like, oh, let me check my bank account.
Yeah,
Like,
literally. No.
Go.
When I tell you the
Go.
dick energy went very small at that
Right.
point, it turned real small
Like,
dick energy. And he didn't have to do that.
No.
Literally, he really didn't.
Right. He still could have been a cool guy. You know
we
what
could
I
have
mean?
just talked about it.
Right.
He could have been like, oh, you don't want to get that. Like, clearly you don't know anything about tequila. You know what I mean? Like, you just wanted to kind of, like, make yourself seem, like, super cool. And it kind of backfired. So, I just thought that was really funny. And come to think of it, it reminds me of, like, Taurus season energy. You know what I mean? In the sense that, like, I feel like Tauruses, although they're very luxurious, they don't feel the need to overdo shit. They're not the type that are like, oh, look at me. Like, it kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Their, like, level of luxury.
That's
You know what I
facts.
mean? And, like, that's how they stay stable. You know? They are cautious because they don't, you know, want to ever reach the point of instability.
Yeah.
Like, they know what they want to spend their money on. They know what they enjoy.
Yeah.
But they're not ever out here spending their, like, last dollars to get the most luxurious thing. Like, they're
100%.
usually very, very, very stable. They have a good relationship with money.
Yeah. 100%. They can have, like, really nice items, but they, like you said, they don't go over the top. And sometimes I feel like even Taurians, like, will live on the frugal side even if they have the money, you know, because that brings that brings stability to them, you know, because like I feel like, you know, them not having money or not being able to provide for themselves or their loved ones is like a major fear.
It makes them feel uneasy.
Exactly.
More than the average person.
Right. So I feel like they actually always they know how to treat themselves, but they, on a day-to-day basis, I feel like they do kind of try to live a little bit more frugal because they want to be able to spend money luxuriously on other things when they want.
I absolutely agree. And, like, I feel like, you know, if there's something that you need to learn about Taurus energy is their relationship with money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they know that this life, it's worth living when you feel stable. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of us, like, we make a lot of decisions out of desperation, and then you wonder why, you know, you feel so uneasy because every day you wake up and you don't know, like, oh my God, am I going to have enough money for that? Am I going to have enough money for that? Oh, I spent too much here. Like, Taurus knows that feeling and they don't want to ever get to that feeling.
Yeah.
So either they work their asses off until they're filthy rich, or if they're not filthy rich, they have a really good savings plan, you know, and like those two things, like, you know, no matter what, no matter if you're someone who has a low budget or a high budget, you're living large. You know what I mean? Because you're balling on a budget or you're just balling. And like either way, like you're going to make sure that you're always okay because you understand the value of stability.
100%. And I feel like too, Taurus energy, they know how to make something bigger from the little bit that they have. You know what I mean? Like, you give them a piece of bread, they're gonna make you like a whole piece of pie. You know, like that was a bad example, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, you give them a little thing and they will make a whole meal, something extremely desirable and sustainable to live off of just this one little bit. And that is like really cool, and they know how to make it enjoyable for other people and feel luxurious, even if it's just built off of like a little pee, you know? Which is something that is, I feel like not a lot of people know how to do, you know? Like, even though we say Taurus is like luxurious, you know, like in contrast to Leo, they always have to be flashy and have like the best, loudest thing, right? That's not the case for a Taurus. Like we were saying earlier, they really can fly under the radar and make things look like really flashy, even if it's not.
Yeah.
Just off of their vibe and the value that they put to it and how they treat it too. I feel like
they take care of their things.
Yes, we've talked about this before, and
Yeah.
like the way that they take care of things shows how much they value and respect that, and that's why they get to keep things for longer too.
Absolutely.
Like their nice items stay longer.
Yeah. And I mean, I just want to say happy Taurus season.
Yes.
To all of our wonderful Taurians out there. I am giving a special shout out to one of our Taurus subscribers. You know who you are.
Ooh.
You are always in our DM, and we're always chatting back and forth. And I love y'all's energy. You guys are so loyal. You're down. And you bring this sense of stability to people's lives. And without Taurus energy, without the comfort of Taurus energy, a lot of us would be lost in this life. Because Taurus, although we make fun of them for how much they love to eat and be cozy and just chill at home, like, those are some of the most comforting activities.
Yes.
So if you have a Taurus in your life that makes you feel comfortable like that, hold on to them, cherish them, love them. Because, you know, you have your party friends, and then you have your friends who you feel safe with.
Yeah.
And Taurus is one of those friends that you feel so safe with.
100%. And if you feed into them, they will keep feeding into you.
Oh, yeah. By tenfold.
Online, I saw this thing the other day. So everybody knows about ghosting.
Yeah.
But I heard this new term that's supposedly being coined
Oh,
called
Lord.
zombieing. Like,
people thinking that you're dead?
yeah, kinda. So, like, in the relationship, they think is dead, but they, like, come back to life and start trying to have, like, another relationship with you. You know, like, people who come back and forth, like, in relationships. So now they're calling that zombie dating.
Oh, my God, I can't. It's kind of like ghosting.
Except, apparently, ghosting never comes back. So that's supposed to be the difference between the zombie and the ghosting.
But they do. Like, how many times, they always talk about ghosting and like, oh, you ghosted me. And like, you guys are talking about the fact that they ghosted you. So like, they're back.
Exactly.
I just feel like that's dumb.
That's
like,
not really
stop.
Ghost.
Let's just talk about it. Let's talk these terms, man. Zombie. I thought it was gonna be like that thing where like they ghosted you so hard that you literally thought they died, which is like a real thing that people apparently experience, to the point where it's like, holy shit, like you go Google it. People are like, I legit thought this person died, and I had to Google their obituary or something.
Oh my God.
They just never got back to me, and I just assumed like, did you die? But did you die?
Yeah.
That's where I thought you were going with that.
No trail, no print left.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. No, this is apparently people who are dating and break up and then go back to dating.
Oh my God. You guys, it's
That's
called
the new
on and
zombie.
off relationships. You're welcome.
Right.
There is an actual term for it. It's called that. I was in our DMs, and one of our subscribers reached out and talked about this specific situation that they saw on Reddit, you know, someone experiencing something that I'm going to talk about, and they wanted to see if we can kind of shed light on the situation and like what we think of it. So I'm going to read it, and then we can discuss it further. Okay, so they said they came across this thread on Reddit where a Scorpio guy was talking about how his girl was giving no fucks about the boundaries that he had set for him and her relationship. He was saying that his girl was posting thirsty traps on her social media, even though he had clearly communicated to her that he doesn't feel comfortable with her posting such stuff on her social media. But she went on, to do it regardless. He told her that he will no longer take their relationship seriously the same day after that incident, but instead of having any remorse, she went on to provoke him more by telling him to break up with her, which he did. And I guess the girl blocked him on WhatsApp, but not anywhere else, which clearly tells that she wants to come she wants him to kind of come crawling back.
Yeah, she's
and
still
tell her
open.
how much he, you know, misses her and loves her and blah, 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 blah. And, like, basically wants to hold the power in the relationship and, you know, do whatever she wants. And our subscriber was saying that they feel like this is a pattern and that they've seen it happen often where girls kind of do that. And, yeah, I want to talk about it because I thought this was interesting. And I feel like it's crazy because I feel like I want us to have this conversation before getting to a relationship, but it's not always possible of like, how secure are you in relationships?
Yeah.
What are our boundaries in the relationship? And if those things don't align, maybe we shouldn't waste each other's times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, listen, it's not unfair to ask your partner, like, I don't want you to be posting half-naked pictures if that's what you want in a relationship. And if that person wants to continue to do that, then you guys shouldn't be together.
Totally.
And I feel like if she's okay with that, then maybe she should also be with someone, you know, who she should be with someone. And if they post, like, you know what I mean, like thirsty traps, she should be okay with it too.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it should be equal.
Yeah.
And generally it's not because you both have different preferences. And it kind of makes one of you feel dumb in the relationship, which is really unfair.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It does sound really toxic to me.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's very unbalanced. But I guess one of my questions is that nobody can actually answer is like, was she always posting these photos? You know what I mean? Like, did he kind of know what he was signing up for? And now he's like, well, now you have to change. Because I don't really like that. You know what I mean? It's kind of going back to what you're saying about the values. Like, make sure that they are the same to begin with. Because if you were liking those pictures before, that's what got you. You know what I mean? Why? I don't really feel like it's totally fair for you to be like, you have to completely change now because we're in a relationship. Like, if she feels that she wants to do that, you express it, and then she wants to do that for you in the relationship, that's great. But then, if she doesn't, you then have to see, well, she doesn't respect me.
Right.
And I want this in a relationship, and beware when you're going into new relationships to ask for that and to look for that.
Exactly.
You know?
I feel like it's different when you're single and you're posting those pictures. It sends a different message. You're single. You know what I mean? Why not? You're having fun. When you're in a relationship, depending on what kind of relationship you're in and what you expect out of a committed monogamous relationship, that's different. I think it's very much fair for someone to be like, yeah, we got together and I thought you were hot, but you're kind of posting the same pictures that you did when you were single when we're together. Again, I feel like that kind of disrespects the relationship, but that's my opinion. And I hope and I know the man that I'm with agrees with those things. But if you all of a sudden get into a relationship and you feel like your partner is kind of acting single and you are uncomfortable with that, it is more than okay for you to express that to them. And if you have that conversation and you don't come to an agreement, then you guys are not meant to be together. Yeah. And I do think it's toxic if she tells you I want to continue to do it and you continue to try and change her mind, or if she says, I'll change it and she doesn't, or I just think it's toxic to ask someone, well, break up with me. Why don't you break up with them? Like, I want to know how old they are as well, because like, I do think it's really, really, really weird to like ask the other person to break up with you. Yeah. If you don't like it, why don't you break up with them? And the blocking thing, I think, is weird, too. You just block them on WhatsApp and not everything else, so you kind of want them to see you. Oh,
and that's the whole point, I feel like. Obviously, this person who's posting, the pictures likes the attention and wants to be sought after in that way. And to me, all of that already is a red flag. Like, I would not want to be in a relationship with the person who's acting like that. Yeah. Because like you said, you're 100% right. Like, in a relationship, you get to decide the rules that you're going to make with someone, and it takes two to tango. And if the other one says no, then you separate. Yeah. I guess my biggest issue and what I keep going back to, and I feel like I'm sounding like a broken record, is like, why do people get together who don't have the same values as them?
Because people don't talk about these things. Like, think about it. I want to know how old they are. Not to say age is always important, because there's plenty of people that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and are immature and are liars and are narcissists. Right. You know what I mean? But like, it would really prevent a lot of the problems that you would have within said relationship if you were to have these hard conversations before you decide to be together exclusively. Yeah. It makes things easier. Totally. So then you could decide, you know what, you're hot, I want you, we vibe, but I feel like that's going to bother me in the future. So maybe we should just kind of, separate now before we get too deep into it. But you know, I get how it is. Like, you're into someone, it feels good, you kind of go with it, and you hope it works itself out, or you just choose not to have any serious conversations because right now you're in the honeymoon phase. It feels good to have sex. It feels good to, you know what I mean? Spend time together. It feels good. But then when things get serious and you start seeing little icks in the other, you start realizing, like, you know what? I like you, but now you're pissing me off. You know what I mean? And, like, are you going to change that? Because I like you and I want this to work. And it's like, well, I don't know if we need to change for each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? That early on, too, you know?
Yeah, no, you really don't. I genuinely feel like everyone should have conversations about social media and their social media use. Like, I didn't do that when I was first getting into my relationship, this most recent one, but I wish I did, you know, because there are even times, like, I'm happy to say this, I yell at my partner sometimes. I'm like, get off your freaking phone. You're on your phone too much, you know? And I know a lot of people have this issue in relationships, and I wish that we would have talked it out sooner so I didn't always feel that frustrated when that happens, you know? And I feel like having these tougher conversations, especially around social media, that is such a major part of our lives now, and figuring out how often do you post, like, you know what I mean? Because like, I wouldn't want to be with a man who, or anyone who is posting more than me, you know? Like, that would make me feel insecure. Like, I can openly say that, you know? And I think everyone should be more open about what they're okay with, especially in terms of social media, because I've also been in relationships where it has broken up my relationship, you know? Like, I'm seeing you liking all these girls' pictures, you know? Like,
And it ain't cute.
It ain't. And I just feel like, for the most, not completely, but we could avoid some of these heartbreaks if we had these more real conversations.
On to the point of liking, you know, like those Instagram models, pictures, and whatever, like the ass shots and shit. Like, my thing is like, again, when you're out on the street, you see someone flying, you're not going to be like, oh, I'm blind. Like, I don't find anyone attractive. Like, that's not possible. As humans, we find other people attractive. The fact that some people really want to go back and forth on how much they deserve to like a picture, homie, you can look at the picture. You can even jack off to the picture and not tell me. But the fact that you feel the need to like it, you really want to inflict pain onto this person.
No, literally.
You know what I mean? Like, even my thing is like, following is gross too, because what? Someone can go through your follows and they see that you're just a dirty, perverted slut.
And also, let's be real, like, if we're sitting here and you're looking at your phone, I can see you scrolling and I've seen 10 bitches with big booties, and I don't like that.
I'm sorry. I don't even, actually, why am I even apologizing? It's me. It's my opinion. Breaking up on the spot. On the spot. You know, in a new relationship,
yeah.
I feel like, oh, so you have one of them. You're nasty.
Right.
Control yourself. You know what I mean? And you guys,
That's
again,
what you like.
this is our feelings. If you think what I'm saying is like weird, go find a girl that doesn't think it's weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if you're with someone who does that and you're like, you know what, you're controlling, you're weird, that's fine. She's not for you. Go find someone that doesn't care. Mm-hmm. And it brings me back to this point of like, this girl, if it's not coming from a place of insecurity and her needing validation that much, if it's just from her personality and her putting herself out there no matter what, then I hope she, again, finds someone who also is like-minded and does that shit, is posting thirst straps. You know what I mean?
Taking the pics for her.
Taking the pics for her. They have a little, like, OnlyFans account together.
Yes.
Like, I'm so okay with that.
Right.
But when you are not like-minded, you are going to make each other insecure, and it will become that power play of like, oh, you want to control me? Look what I posted right now. Right. You know what I mean? Or you're gonna tell him, I'm not gonna do that. But let's say you guys get into a fight about something completely different, and your way of getting back to them is posting a picture like that. It becomes toxic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is toxic.
And if you're getting that attention like that, who's to say he's not going to be in a bitch's DM? Being like, well, we're just talking. We're just being friendly.
Right.
It can go tit for tat very quickly.
Whew, you're so right.
And I don't want that for either of you. I don't.
You're so right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because two can play that game. So be careful what kind of games you play in a relationship. Because two people can play. And if you think you got a nice guy or a nice girl, they can learn the game real quick. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Be the one to break your heart.
Yeah. You don't want to be that. You want to be with that first offender because they go hard the first time.
Yeah. They really leave a scar. Yeah. No, I wish both of these people the best. Honestly, it seems like,
he's a Scorpio.
Yeah.
You know? I wish I knew her sign.
I know, me too.
So he's possessive and jealous and like, you know what I mean? Like, he wants his person to be theirs.
Totally.
For their eyes.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It don't seem like this is the girl.
Yeah, it doesn't. It really doesn't. And like, I just don't want people to think that all relationships are like that. Like, you can find someone who deeply values what you want in a relationship because that's what they've been searching for their whole life.
Yeah.
Wait for that person.
100%.
Don't settle.
100%. And also on the girl's fact, because we don't know as much about her either. You know, like, she deserves to also be in a relationship where she can express herself in the way that she wants to. You know, there are plenty of guys out there who will be taking the pictures for her, who will be like, yes, baby, post that thirst trap.
Yeah, literally under her comments, like, that's my girl.
Right, I'm a dick you down tonight.
Yeah.
Like, get really crazy with it.
And then hopefully won't be crazy and controlling when they see
Exactly.
other guys commenting, because when you're putting yourself out there,
True.
out of your control, other people will be giving you certain types of comments.
Right.
So you don't want to also be with a man that's like crazy and will use that against you.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
Like, that matters too. You want to feel safe in your relationship. You don't want to be like, I see what you're doing.
Totally.
You want him to be like, yeah, of course they want you. Like, you're hot as fuck.
Right. Like, I'm thinking of, like, Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
You know, like, she's always looking hella fun on her Instagram. And her boyfriend is always commenting down below, like, yes, baby, shake that ass. You look good.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. As it should be.
As the way it should be. And if you aren't supporting your partner in the way that they want to be supported, then, like, are you really in a happy relationship?
No, you're not.
You know, like, do you really understand them? Like, you're just trying to control them to be how you want them to be in a relationship.
Absolutely.
And that's not real love.
No, it's not.
You know? You can
shouldn't
make
be
people
fighting.
do the song and dance for a little while, but after, like, a couple of months, that shit dies out.
It really does. It's work for them.
Yeah.
It's not natural. They're going to go back to their own base.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's like, this was fun acting like this for a little while, but now I'm
They're
done.
They're going to start resenting you.
Yeah. All right, I found a little list.
Ooh, I'm ready.
And it's the signs crushing. So it's a couple of signs in one. Okay, so first category is super shy, will only talk to them if spoken to first. We got Cancer, Pisces, Taurus, and Capricorn.
Ooh, okay, interesting. Okay, I guess we can go through each one.
Yes.
Cancer. Okay, super shy, will only talk to them if spoken to first. I don't know if Cancer is super shy like that.
I feel like
Cancers are aggressive when they like someone.
I feel like
Cancer friends.
I feel like it can go 50-50 because, yes, sometimes they can be really aggressive and they're, like, putting it on. Or they're, like, just staring at you. You know what I mean? Being kind of shy, like, okay, you see that I like you, right? You see that I like you, right?
Yeah, they're kind of, like, exuding
Yes.
that. Yeah, I could see that. And, like, I could see them being in their, like, little, like, crab shell, like, trying to get a little comfortable before they go for the kill.
Exactly. They're like, let me feel you out a little first.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because I feel like they're kind of intuitive, and if they don't catch the vibes, they're going to feel off.
Yeah.
They're not going to feel confident. But I do feel like when they get that, like, first inkling of, like, you're down,
they're coming in heavy.
Okay, Pisces, yes. I feel like they're also in their own little dream world, and they're like trying to figure out what the vibes are.
Yes.
And I feel like Pisces can be kind of fantasizing about how this will go, and like while you're putting in the work, they're fantasizing of like how this will go.
Yeah. Yes.
But again, like I feel like just like Cancer, Pisces, once they feel like there's a vibe, like they're like super
They'll lay it on thick.
The water signs, like they just need the sign.
Yeah, exactly.
And their feelings are pouring out.
Yes. No, it's true. I feel like especially with these first two, the Cancer and Pisces.
Yeah.
And then Taurus, I feel like they are super shy.
Yeah, they are.
And they take a while for you to even be sure if like, you know, are you liking me? Like, they're being consistent and they're showing up, but they're not necessarily saying, like, I like you first, you know?
For sure. I feel like Taurus is kind of reading you. You know what I mean? they're shy, but they're shy with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Taurus stays quiet for a reason. Like, they're trying to observe you and see if it's worth it, if it's worth their effort, if it's worth their energy.
Yeah.
They don't just do shit just to do it. When it comes to anything in life, Taurus wants to make sure that their effort is for something.
Yeah. Because they're committers.
They want to see what you got. Like, what you providing me that I already can't provide for myself.
Exactly. And it's kind of like, you got to get me out of my shell a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Capricorn, super shy, will only talk if spoken to first. I don't think Capricorn's shy. I don't think they belong here at all. I think Capricorn is one of the most confident signs in the zodiac. If anything, they're, again, quiet because they want to see, again, if they have time for you. Like, why the fuck would they come up to you?
Yeah.
They're not shy. They're quiet.
Yeah.
But they're not shy. Nothing about Capricorn's shy to me.
Yeah.
The goat is not shy.
Yeah, no.
They're the 10th house rules over Capricorn. That's the most showy house.
Yeah. No, I think they're strategically quiet and not shy at all. They're just waiting to see, again, like, am I going to be fucking with you? Do I like your vibe? Are you worthy of my time?
Yeah.
I
feel like they want to also see your approach because they want to see if you're embarrassing or not.
Yeah.
Like, truly.
Earn my respect.
No, actually, like, come correct. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because, like, I feel like in general, as a Capricorn rising, like, when I'm meeting people for the first time, like, your first impression, it means everything to me. Like, the way you expressed yourself, there have been so many people that I've just been like, I don't think I'm ever going to like you from the first thing that came out of your mouth when we met each other. Because I'm like, that was weird, and, like, why did you think that was okay?
Yeah.
Like, it really does bug me.
Yeah.
And, like, it's very hard, I feel like, for Capricorn, for them to change that first impression that they got from you.
Yeah. Totally.
But also Capricorn's energy, like, can be very intimidating. So I feel like people don't know how to act right around them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, it can be hard.
That is so true.
You know?
No, Capricorn energy makes me get a little weird. I can admit to that. I'm just like, how do you want me to act now?
Yeah. Like, so am I doing it right?
Right.
Or...
Like, I was chilling before, and all of a sudden I was like, Capricorn's here.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Mm-hmm. Next category. Acts like they don't like them and actually ruins any chance they have. Yes. Okay, this is giving, like, the energy of, like, and, like, you know, when you were in elementary school, it's like, oh, when they're mean to you, like, that means they like you. Like, that's so toxic, bro. So first up, we have Sagittarius.
Yep.
And absolutely,
That
like,
checks.
I feel like Sag is literally roasting you. Like, is like, you think you're fucking cute because you're fucking not. Like, you think you're all shit. Like,
yeah, no,
you
I
in
can
your
be
place.
so mean to my crushes, and I don't know why. I'm like, why am I doing this?
I think it's a dominance of power.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's like, oh, like, you're not the cool one. I'm the cool one. You know what I mean? You're going to work hard for me.
But how silly is that when you're trying to talk to your crush? Like, I want you to like me.
No, it's so
but
silly.
I'm being mean to you.
Yeah. I think it's like you know what I mean? It's like we're both laying down our dicks. Who got the biggest dick? You know what I mean? And I feel like that's very much Sag's approach. Is like, like, I don't really need you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like you like started off with that.
Which leads us perfectly into the next sign of Virgo, who I feel does very similarly. I feel like they are nitpicking at you before they can even say, hey, I think you're cute. You know, like, they've already said 10 things wrong that they hate about you and that you've done wrong before you even know that they're crushing on you.
I also feel like Virgo does that thing where they're like, they're ignoring you. You know what I mean? Like, Virgo's so good at being like, I don't even see you. Like, you're just like, does Virgo even care that I'm here? Like, I'm obsessed with you, Virgo. And Virgo's like, you know, doing that thing where they're like, like, out of sight, out of mind. But really, like, they are also very uncomfortable when they like someone. So it makes the other party uncomfortable too, because it feels like you're legit ignoring them.
Yeah.
And, like, that's where, like, that coldness comes from. But it's because they're, like, processing things very slowly, trying to figure you out. And to you, you're just like, you're just hella quiet. And I've never been with someone that's hella quiet. Like, there's no way you like me. You always ignore me. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Or you just stare at me. Or you talk about a conversation that actually happened like 5 minutes ago. Like, because Virgos are slow to process in that way. And I feel like, and they get extra, and I think it's extra the truth when they're around a crush because they get really nervous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're processing, and they're like, oh, my God, like, what do I say? And then the conversation is gone, and then they, like, blurt it out.
Yeah. Yeah. No, actually.
And then you're like, what is this Virgo saying?
No, literally.
What is happening here?
No, literally. It just makes you feel weird.
It does.
Because also Virgo's really cool around people that they know, like their friends.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, you're talking to them like
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy, but when I'm here you're quiet, okay, you hate me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't like me.
No, legit.
And Virgo's like, I actually like you so much.
I like you so much it hurts.
I was like, I don't know how to talk.
Okay, next we have Aquarius. And yeah. No, literally, Aquarius, it's like that Virgo thing. Aquarius around their friends, like so warm and inviting. But if they have a crush, that's why I say it's best for Aquarius to be with someone that was their friend first.
Yeah.
Because you feel that warmness in them. But when it's someone that like they actually start crushing on before they have a chance to talk to them, I feel like Aquarius does that too cool for school.
Yes.
Thing, where it's like, I'm so cool, I don't need you. Like, you know, it's like kind of like Sagittarius too.
Yeah.
Where it's like they know that they're not always good at being like playful, like flirtatious.
Yeah.
So they kind of turn a little bit mean.
Yeah.
To be like funny.
Yes.
You know, and like everyone thinks like, okay, well, like that's not sarcasm. Like that's just you being mean.
Yeah. No, for sure. And dominating isn't right. Condescending.
Oh yeah.
Aquas can be so condescending, and like when they're crushing, like they want to be having exciting conversations, you know what I mean? But to them, when they think they're being engaging, they're low-key calling you stupid, like in the conversation too, you know?
It's true.
Especially if you're disagreeing with them.
Oh yeah.
Like Aquarius has a really hard time with that.
And I feel like they kind of want to show off by proving you wrong. Like,
yeah,
they love to show off their like intellectual skills.
Yeah.
So I feel like they try to one up you, and like to you, you're like, are you trying to make me feel stupid because it's working?
Right.
But they're like, no, like I'm trying to show you what a great partner I'd be because I'm like really,
right, how
really smart.
Impressive I am because I'm so smart, and you're like, no, you're just a dick.
Literally, like,
I think you're a smart asshole.
Literally, like I never want to be around you guys.
Right. Because we can't have real conversations.
No, literally.
That you
actually.
Biting down on my neck.
And they have a good way of like kind of ostracizing themselves from the group. So, because usually when you're around a crush, you're in a group setting.
Yeah.
So I feel like Aqua's really good at just like doing their own thing and leaving. And you're like, dude, if you like me, like, why aren't you fucking talking to me? You know what I mean?
No, that's
But they're
so
really good at
true.
doing that lone soldier thing where you're like, okay, so they're just good on their own. Like, they don't really want to have a conversation with me.
Yeah. And also, too, like, Aquarius, like, when you're in, like, that social setting,
Yeah.
they'll be talking to everybody but you.
Uh-huh.
Like,
I would say the same thing with Virgo.
yeah. And it's frustrating because they, like, maybe they invited you there and you thought it was low-key a little date, but now they're over here talking to all their friends, not even introducing you, and you're like, why am I here?
It seems intentional.
Yeah.
And it hurts.
Again, trying to, like, show something off sometimes, and it's
No,
like,
I hate it.
why?
I hate it because I feel like Aquas sometimes like they try to make you feel dumb, like you know what I mean in front of your friends too. Like, oh, you thought I fuck with you like that, and you're like,
Right.
"Oh, I did.
Right. Like, I thought we had something.
And then they'll text you after.
Right.
Had so much fun.
I know. Like, wow. Or like immediately sees when
No,
you left. Like,
literally.
where'd you go?
Like,
I was coming to chat.
You weren't giving me any attention,
Bro, I've been trying to chat for the last 3 hours.
Literally. I hate that. Oh, God.
Man, oh, man. Okay, wait. And lastly, we have Scorpio in this group. And remember, they acts like they don't like them and actually ruins any chance they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Scorpio can come on really strong sometimes. And I mean, it isn't for like, okay, let me take this back. For other people, I feel like Scorpio can come on really strong with their love or their aggression or sometimes even like their demands in a relationship. And that just completely puts, you know, the other person off who may be crushing on them. I feel like, you know, Scorpio's power, you gonna love it or you not. But I could see that, you know, For some people, it's just like, oh my gosh, you came on way too strong immediately, and now we have no chance of even getting through this.
So you don't agree that it acts like they don't like you because you're saying we come on too strong.
Oh, yeah, no. So yeah, I don't agree with what that says. Because I feel like they let you know that they like you, Scorpios.
I don't know if I agree. I feel like when we have a crush, we don't put all our cards out on the table at all. When we feel like it's getting to a place where it's me and you, then it starts building up and we get a little bit possessive and controlling. But I feel like actually when it comes to crushes, when we start crushing, we do that thing where we pretend you're not there and we kind of ignore you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there are some Scorpios that be like that. All right, next, we got slides into their DMs real fast. That's Gemini, Leo, Libra, and Aries.
So all the hoes. Yo, it really is. Yes. These are the signs that will go for it because, I mean, what's another person in the roster going to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They are really good at I feel like talking to multiple people at once. Maybe not Leo as much because Leo likes that, it's that fixed fire. So they like to just get that attention from one person. But I do feel like Gemini, Libra, and Aries, because they're so flirtatious and good at being flirtatious, I feel like it comes so naturally for them that they really don't get embarrassed by anyone knowing that they have a crush on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Totally.
they're also their bounce back game. I feel like all 4 of these signs is very strong. So they don't feel the need to hide that they like you. And typically if you don't like them back, they're going to think it's a you problem.
Right. 100%. I feel like all these signs have no issue being the initiator of a new relationship in love or in friendship. You know what I mean? So I love actually that all of them are here together because yes, they get the rep of being the hoes, but we also love it when someone is confident enough to come out and be like, hey, I like you. Like, you want to go out on a date with me? Like, not a lot of us, most of us are waiting to be asked, you know?
So the fact that
exactly. So the fact that they have the confidence always to go out there and be like, hey, honey, you know?
Honestly, yes.
It's pretty commendable.
And I don't know about the DMs, but I feel like Scorpio would sometimes fall into that too because I feel like Scorpios, we're really, really good at sending the text. And it's usually that late night text or text like 3 days later when you thought you forgot about us. All of a sudden, we feel this inkling to let you know that you're still on our mind.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a power move that Scorpio likes to do as well.
That is for sure.
And I think it works. I think it works. Because again, like Maya said, we can be very intimidating in person. So I think we know when to use our power at the right time.
Yeah. Like, let me give them a little
let me poke you on Facebook.
Right. Oh my God.
You know, like same energy. Like you thought I forgot about you.
Yes. I'm screaming. Not the poke.
The poke.
Oh my gosh. All these signs would poke you.
All these signs have poked you, will poke you, are continuously poking you.
Yes.
Okay. So I wanted to talk about friendship icks. Because, we talk about icks when it comes to relationships, like romantic relationships. Icks when it comes to romantic relationships, but there are definitely friendship icks, and I know I got some, and they exist. And while I was going to talk about this, I actually saw a tweet. So I want to read the tweet and, we'll just discuss. So this girl on Twitter called She Wolf of Wall Street. She tweeted, my friend who invited her boyfriend to brunch after I already stated I wanted to be just the 2 of us texted me, where do you want us to meet you? And then she said, it's going to be a long day. So I responded and I said, I cannot, LOL, friendship would be over. And then I said, and I don't even care how dramatic that sounds, I would get the friendship ick if you can't be without your man for an hour or have any respect for me after I verbally asked you if it can just be the 2 of us.
Literally.
And I stand by that statement. So I just wanted to talk about this specific situation, and maybe next week we can talk more about like friendship icks.
Yeah.
I feel like this is so disrespectful because you don't really know why your friend wanted it to be just the two of you. And I'm sorry, even if there is no reason, like you can't be without your man for more than an hour. Like, it's just so weird to me when people can't do shit without their person. First of all, it's giving codependent relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm going to lose all respect for you. I really am. Like, I think it's gross if I'm looking at my friend and I'm like, you can't be without your man for longer than an hour?
Right.
Girly pop.
Girly pop.
You need some help, honey.
No, literally.
You need some help.
My thing is, like, I'm not best friends with your man. Like, I don't always want to be hanging out with him. Like, I'm happy for you that you're in love. That's great. But I want my me time. I am selfish in a friendship like that. And I am happy to admit that.
Funny thing is, that's not even selfish.
I know.
Like, that's not even, that's
You're right.
bare minimum shit.
It is.
You wanting to hang out with your friend.
Right. Like, I would be annoyed even if it was like, you know, I asked one of my girlfriends to hang out, just me and my girlfriend, and she brought another girlfriend there.
No,
you know what I mean?
That
like,
shit bugs the fuck out of me.
That's a no. It's a no. I specifically asked you for it to be just you and I. And what does that then say? Like, I'm starting to think, oh, so you don't want to spend time alone with me. So then
for sure.
Where's our relationship at?
And I hate to, no, actually, I don't hate to. Let's get a little spiritual. Let's get a little spiritual here. I genuinely feel like as people on this planet, when we decide to hang out with a person, a group, whatever, we get our energy ready for that specific person or group or situation. So when you all of a sudden tell me that that's going to shift before it happens, you're hurting my vibration. You're hurting my soul. You're taking a part of my energy that I didn't have ready for you. You know what I mean? Like, I allocated a certain amount of energy for you or for this group.
Yeah.
And when you switch up on me last minute, it's disrespecting me, you know, energetically even.
Yeah.
So it makes me feel so uncomfortable because, like you said, exactly. Like, if I'm going somewhere and all of a sudden I figure out some people that I didn't know are going to show up, or not didn't know, like just I didn't know about were going to show up, it does make me feel uncomfortable. And suddenly I'm not excited to go do this thing that I made plans to do.
Right.
You know, like our times, I think my time is very valuable, and I'm very cautious of what I choose to spend my time on because I don't know when my last day on earth is. So I just feel like that gave me the ick.
Yeah. I feel like I lose trust in this friend too because I can't trust that if I ask you to do something or ask you to be there for me, you're not going to show up in the way that I've asked you as a friend to do.
Yeah.
You know, and if you consistently keep doing this,
yeah,
it's like, yeah, you don't respect me as a person or in our friendship.
You know what the worst part is, Maya? You know what the worst part is about this? Is that she didn't even go back and forth with her on why she wants to bring her man. She just she's just right there, like, so where are we meeting you? Like, that would throw me over the edge. Like, I'd be like, I would almost rather us get into a tiff. They're like, I'm bringing my man. I'm like, oh, the hell you are. Right. I'm not fucking hanging out with you.
I'd be like, what you mean, wait?
Literally.
You bringing another girl? No. The answer is no. It better not be your man.
I would feel so uncomfortable.
I would be so mad. No, I would say,
exist.
Okay, well, I'm not coming anymore.
You know what's crazy? Literally, is that, like, I see all these relationships, TikToks, whatever, where, you know, people that are married with kids, like, they're so excited to have girl time with their bestie.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not, like, a thing where it's, like, at a certain point, like, you just always have to be with your man. Like, no, there's people who are married with kids. Yes. And they can't wait to allocate that alone time, quality time with their friends. Yeah. So what is the fucking problem? I mean, I know it's codependency. Yeah. I know. But I can't imagine having friends like that. And I'm just so happy that I have so much self-respect and I surround myself with great people that are like-minded, that I don't have to force to share the same values as me. Yeah. I'm so grateful for that, you know? Because Lord knows there's weirdos out there that do weird shit.
For sure.
And not just this specific thing. I know there's worse things to be done, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. No to the codependency.
No to the codependency.
Because also, I'm just thinking, like, that can possibly bring up some other issues in a friendship, because let's say one night little Miss Codependent gets a little too drunk and then she is trying to act extra crazy or is acting real wild at the mouth. I feel like those are the type of people who do that more because they don't get to have other outlets in life. They don't give themselves other outlets, you know what I mean? So when they do go out, they are explosive, and I don't like that. I need you to be able to put your energy in other places.
Yeah. I mean, this is the type of person that they go through a breakup, life is over.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to drop everything for them.
Oh, 100%.
The person that is no longer with them, that they were codependent with, they're gone. So now they need someone else to latch onto.
Yeah.
You know, and that puts you and your life at a standstill because now you have to drop everything for that person. I'm not saying you shouldn't be there for your friends when they're going through something, but what I am saying is when you're there for someone who is super codependent versus someone who has had other things that make them happy in life, like those are two different types of breakups. Mm-hmm. You know, and one will take years over the other because they have prioritized a man or a relationship above all else in their life.
Yeah.
And that's scary. And that is going to be a rough healing process.
For sure. And quite literally, like, I don't like to have those kinds of friendships in my life anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like I hope that the people that I'm around, and I actually know that the people I'm around are self-sufficient enough that wouldn't happen. You know, like, yes, like you said, we're there for our friends after breakups and stuff like that, but I shouldn't then be your boyfriend or your girlfriend taking up all the slack, you know? Like, I will be there for however long as you need, but like, I'm not the new person or your new habit to
You're not going to replace me.
Exactly.
That spot isn't all of a sudden going to be filled by me because I should have had my own spot next to that person.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think some people fill up their spot, the person that left them, with you.
Yeah.
And that's not right.
And I also feel like if
that spot should be filled by your self-love.
Exactly. And I also feel like if you were valuing me throughout the whole relationship, maybe you would have never gotten that far and fucked up in your own relationship. You know, you may not have lost yourself. You may not have, not to
put words into their mouth in this specific situation. Yes,
exactly.
But in general,
right?
What if you are noticing some red flags, let's say in their relationship, but you don't get any alone time with them? Like maybe you were gonna tell them something that has been off about them, but now you can't because their partner's there. Like, it's so important to have you know, just separate time within friendships without the significant others there. You know, because your friends can sometimes see red flags before you do. Mm-hmm. And that's important too.
100%. Yeah.
Let us know what y'all think. Mm-hmm. Seriously. If you're, you know, any gender, you know what I mean? Like, please let us know how you would feel about your friend bringing their partner to, you know,
all your brunches.
Yeah. Or just
all your get-togethers.
Any hangout session when you weren't expecting them. Let us know in the comments. Okay, because I would be weirded out.
Yeah, but if you're not weirded out, I want to know.
Yeah, why aren't you weirded out?
Fine. You can have your own opinion.
Totally. Let us know why you're okay with it.
Right.
Yeah, make me see the other side.
Right.
I'm always down. Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for kicking it with your absolute besties, your girlies, your girly pops.
Your girly pops.
Well, we talk about all these things.
It's funny because it's gonna be me.
It's gonna be me. Yes, it is. If you are listening on Spotify, Apple, wherever, don't forget to go on the app and leave your girls a nice review. We would appreciate the hell out of that. Mm-hmm. And if you're watching on YouTube, hi. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video with your friends. We love y'all so much. Take it easy during this eclipse, please. And whatever feelings come up, journal them. You know, look at them from an outside perspective. As hard as it is, look at it from a bird's eye view, because with Scorpio energy, it's so easy to just get wrapped up in it and think that this is it. This is all you're going to feel forever. Mm-hmm. And you're not. There will be a rebirth. Mm-hmm. It just feels really, really hard when you're dying. Which is that. That's Scorpio energy, death and rebirth. But the rebirth is usually beautiful. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. We love y'all.
So much.
Bye.